Hello everyone, how are you? Hopefully you are going to have a really nice week. And today, welcome to another video tutorial for Marketing Mix class. Today we're going to learn the key concepts for the life cycle of a product. We're going to touch topics like the product life cycle model, the analysis of the model, product life cycle in respect of technology, and how to use the product management for successful product life cycle. Today we're going to analyze a really interesting topic for me because all products and services have certain life cycles. And you know what they say, everything that goes up must go down. So we're always in this dualistic situation, and even us like human beings, but that's another topic. And today we're going to focus just on products, okay? So the life cycle refers to the period from the product's first launch into the market until we take it out from that market. So we have different phases. During this period, significant changes are made in the way that the product is behaving into the market. It's important to understand that some companies use strategic planning and others follow the basic rules of the different life cycle phase that we are analyzing today. So the understanding of a product's life cycle can help a company to understand and realize when it is time to introduce and withdraw a product from a market, its position in the market compared to competitors, and their product success or failure. So, the product's life cycle. This period usually consists of 5 major steps, as you can see here in this slide. And we have the product development, the product introduction, the product growth, product maturity, and finally the product decline. These phases exist and are applicable to all products and all services. It doesn't matter how small or how big a company is, you can apply these steps equally. Although different products have different types of life cycles, the traditional product life cycle for most products is shown here. So this is a more graphic description of what I told you before. And it's really important to analyze, because if you are considering entering an industry and making a product, knowing where the product is and its life cycle can provide valuable information of how to position your product in the market in terms of price, promotion, and even distribution. So products typically go through 4 stages that is shown here. And each stage is different and requires marketing strategies unique to each stage. For this one, maybe you have an idea of what is it about, because you know the name is really obvious. Introduction. So yes, basically it's to introduce your product to the market. So the introduction phase of a product includes the product launch with its requirements to getting it launched in such a way that it will have maximum impact at the moment of sale. So my example could be an artist. The artist has a new song or a new record, and he or she wants maximum impact, right? Large expenditure on promotion and advertising is really common during this stage, and a company must be prepared to spend a lot of money, really a lot of money, and get only a small proportion of that back. So again, when you know about an artist who is going to drop a new song, you see advertisement and you see a lot of interviews about that new song. So that's a lot of money, but that's also a good strategy, because they're letting people know that they have something new, really close, and it's going to be in the market soon. So they're creating this promotion. Pricing is something else for a company to consider during this phase, because product pricing usually follows 1 or 2 well-structured strategies. So one of them is that, early customers will pay a lot for something new, and this will help a little bit to minimize that sinkhole that was mentioned earlier. So again, when you know that an artist is going to have a new song out, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit expensive because it's new, so you're going to buy it. Another strategy is that of a preset price believed to be the right one to maximize sales. And this, however, demands a very good knowledge of the market and of what a customer is willing to pay for a newly introduced product. Also, you have to take into consideration the customer requirements on design, pricing, servicing, and packaging are invaluable to the formation of a product design. A customer can tell a company what features or what characteristics of the product are appealing and what are the characteristics that should not appear on the product. Now it's time to talk about the growth phase or the growth stage. And this one is really exciting because it's the best one for a company or for a person. So the growth phase offers the satisfaction of seeing the product take off in the marketplace. So again, it goes up really quick. The company must show all the product's offerings and try to differentiate them from the competitors' ones. This is key. And promotion and advertising continues, but not in the extent that was in the introductory phase. And it is oriented to the task of market leadership and not in raising product awareness. So your clients know you already. They know your product, they know your price, they know your design and everything. So right now you're going to spend money on promotion and advertising, but not for them to know you, but for them to stay with you. This period at the same time is a good one to develop efficiencies and improve product availability so that people can find it everywhere, and service, that you give a really good service before the sale and after the sale. And let's jump to maturity stage or the maturity phase. Again, because of the name, you might say maturity, so it's mature, and yes, you're right. So when the market becomes saturated with variations of the basic product, and all competitors are represented in terms of an alternative product, the maturity phase arrives. So this period is a period of the highest returns from the product. So in this phase, you did all of the hard work, you did all of the strategies that you could think of. So now you're just receiving the money from that hard work. This is the perfect time to extend the product's life, and you can apply different strategies for that. So if you want your product to extend its life cycle, you can take into consideration pricing and discount policies that are often changed in relation to the competition policies. That says that if your competitor decreases the price, you are going to decrease the price. If your competitor increases the price, you are going to increase the price or maybe add something else to your product so that you keep in the market. Also, promotion and advertising relocates from the scope of getting new customers, so that is not your main goal right now. But instead, you are going to spend money on promotion and advertising to differentiate in terms of quality and reliability. You want to let your customers know that you have a really good quality, the best one, and that you are reliable. So that's basically it. You want to keep your customers loyal and satisfied. And finally, we have the decline phase. So during this stage, it's the last one. And if I could describe it, I don't know if you have watched the movie Coco. If I could describe it, if this stage were a person, it would be Mamá Coco, right? Just there, waiting for the end, peacefully, She's old, she cannot do anything. She would say something like, Papa, but that's it. So this phase is Mamá Coco of the product. So the decision for withdrawing a product seems to be a complex task, and there are a lot of issues to be resolved before we decide to move it out of the market. And dilemmas such as maintenance, spare part availability, service competition's reaction, and filling the market gap are some issues that increase the complexity of the decision process to withdraw a product from a market. So often companies retain a high price policy for the declining products that increase the profit margin and gradually discourage the few loyal remaining customers from buying it. So basically the strategy here is, okay, I'm going to change the price. I'm going to make it expensive so that I can save, or I can take as much money as I can before Mamá Coco dies, right? Or the product dies in the market. So I'm going to try to keep or to get as much money as I can, and then eventually my loyal customers will change or will stop buying my products because it's really expensive. And the prices must be kept competitive, and promotion should be pulled back at a level that will make the product presence visible and at the same time retain the loyal customer. So again, you're just basically waiting for the end. Finally, I would like to mention that the use of product management for successful product lifecycle is really important. Product management is a middle-level management function that can be used to manage a product's lifecycle and enables a company to take all the decisions needed during each phase of a product's lifecycle. The moment of introduction and of withdrawal of a product is defined by the use of product management by a product manager. And that's how we get to the end of this video tutorial. Thank you so much for being here. It was really nice to know, don't you think? See you next class, and I'm going to share a document with you so that you keep it in mind and check your Canvas platform. See you there.